we're going to give you access to the same kind of education, coaching, and mentorship between 6 and 7 figure earners around the world, and all available just at the end of your phone. So what I'm going to do right now is I'll share a screen, and I'm going to take a look at my screen here, and I'm going to see who we've got on, and I'm going to introduce you to a few people and just see if we can give you an idea of the kind of results. And I'm going to pick on someone who, we do these presentations a couple of times a week, and I did a presentation last night, and I introduced a gentleman last night who's only been with us for a couple of days, and I can see you there again, Jonathan, so I'm going to ask you to tell your story again right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a guy called Jonathan Rutherford. He's been with us for a very short space of time. Jonathan, can you just tell everyone when you got started with this business, first of all?
Yeah, I got started on Friday last week.
Friday last week. That's new enough, isn't it? Okay, so I asked you yesterday. We know what happened yesterday. Tell us what happened yesterday, first of all. Yesterday was the first day that you started trading using FX1. Tell us how you did.
Yeah, well, obviously, over the weekend, I set up a broker and transferred some money in there. And obviously, I set up a Telegram alerts. It didn't come through until the Tuesday. So by obviously Wednesday morning, I was ready to start trading. Never traded in my life before, ever. First time I've ever done it. And I made €304 yesterday. And today, with the alerts, not so many today. I think there's about 6 of today, but you can get up to 10. I made €220 today.
220. And that was the magic. You and I were talking earlier on today. And tell everybody what you calculated that's worth to you on an annual basis, and how it compares to your regular job.
Well, it all depends what you want to do. I mean, I've put in. Everyone puts in what they want. I'll be perfectly honest. On the call, I put in about €3,500, and that's creating me. Obviously, everyone trades differently. I mean, I've only just started, so I'm quite happy with the settings I've got. And that's creating me roughly, on my calculations, probably €1,000 a month. A week.
€1,000 a week. So, just touch on that just for the sake of it, because you said you put €3,500, and as you said, everyone puts in what they can afford. But you've made how much? So it's €525
in 2 days.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
So that's probably about 15% profit in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
And that's effectively that's your first 2 days of trading.
Yeah, well, I've calculated that if I can do €1,200 a week in profits, then that's exactly the same weekly wage as what I get driving my car transporter. So that will equate roughly to 100,000 a year, because I'm on 50,000 a year driving my car transport. So
Fantastic.
I've doubled my salary by joining this company, which is absolutely amazing.
Fantastic.
Anyone in this call, I truly recommend. The support is second to none. The company helps you every step of the way. Like I said, I've only been doing it since Friday. I'm loving it.
I'll bet. Fantastic. Thank you for that, Jonathan.
Cheers.
Okay. The next person I'm going to introduce you to is actually the person who introduced Jonathan to the business. And when I first heard about this business at the beginning of last year, I was told by the guy who introduced me to it to watch a video that this guy was showing. And this guy was going to explain the business for you. So he's one of the leaders in the business right now. His name's Simon Kendrick. He's based in the Wirral. He's now building a global business. He has distributors on more continents than many of us have got sorts of digits available. So, Simon, over to you. Let's hear your story, mate.
Hey guys, Simon Kendrick. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you here tonight. My apologies, first of all. I was meant to be presenting and then I discovered a big crack in my laptop. Always a great start, right? So I joined Kuvera in 2017. I fell in love with it straight away, and I'll be honest, the first thing that I saw really was numbers, bonus plan, compensation plan, because I was working away in the Middle East at the time, so I really needed those numbers in order to help me achieve my goal personally, was to bring me home full time. And over a period of time of being involved, using the products and the services, surrounding myself with the right people, it soon dawned on me that this wasn't just about numbers. This was about going out and helping as many people as we can. Making profits as one thing, making a difference in someone's life is another. And Jonathan, I'm absolutely made up for Jonathan. And that's what it's all about for me. That's what makes me feel good and puts a smile on my face, seeing people like that you've been speaking to, you're helping them out, coming in, having trust in you, having faith in you, using the products and the services, and getting returns like that. That can be such a help to someone's life. And it can be a help in so many different ways for so many different people. So, my journey's been a bit of a roller coaster, a good one, over the past 18 months. I've had the mentorship of someone who I hold as a dear friend now. You're going to hear from him in a moment or two. I've also had the luxury of, being flown over to the United States to stay with one of the company's top earners, met the owners. And, that's incredible because I used to be a private armed security guard stuck in the middle of the ocean contemplating my next step. And to be honest, I really didn't know what that was going to be. And fast forward until now, I've had all these experiences, and it's not going to stop there. More and more people are beginning to share in the vision and the mission of Kuvera, which is going out there and helping as many people as we can become financially free, if not financially fit. And as you've heard from Jonathan there, it works. So, my advice to you would be, if you're even contemplating this, just get involved, guys. What is the other option? What's the other plan that you have? Just get involved, ask questions later. Myself, the rest of the team, we'll take you by the hand, we'll show you what to do, and we can enjoy this ride together. All right, cheers, Rog.
Thanks a lot, Sam. Okay, just before I introduce our next guest, I just want to touch on why I got started with this business, because I first heard about network marketing 28 years ago, and when I got involved in network marketing, I thought it was a fabulous business. Now, I've been fortunate in my life that I managed to make enough money, and I managed to retire when I was 49 years old. And my wife and I went to live on a Greek island and had a great life. And I decided to come back to this business a few years ago. My wife had passed away, and I needed something to fill a gap in my life. And I wanted to come back to business to give me some reason to keep motivated again. When I decided I was going to come back to this industry, there was only one person that I was going to work with, and it was the guy that I worked with 28 years ago. For 28 years, he's been one of my best friends. He's turned into one of the industry's biggest earners in history. He's one of the top 100 all-time earners anywhere in the world in the industry of network marketing. That's a man who you can listen to with respect about what this business means. He lives in Formby in Merseyside. His name's Simon Brooks. Simon, over to you, mate.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I noticed we got people from all over the world that's on the call. A lot of my team that's involved in India, and hat off to you. It's very, very early in the morning in India. We got two of the top leaders. Number one's Nikhil, the other one's Viraj. These guys have been amazing. We are not involved in India at the moment, but because of these guys, especially one of them, which is a guy called Viraj, he's actually launching the opportunity in India. And this month, he's been involved for about 23 days. And so far, he's got 3 generators, he's got 3 business builders, and himself has just qualified as Premier. They are rocking and rolling. Now, the benefit you've got with this opportunity, folks, if you're listening to this for the very first time, is we're nothing to do with pills, potions, lotions, tablets, skincare, face cream, coffee, whatever. We are a genuine opportunity where we have no competition. The interesting thing is, I was on the phone with Jonathan for about half an hour before the call started. And he was shocked when he turned around and said, "Simon, can I phone you up every day? Do you mind?" I said, "Listen, I love taking people from 0 to hero. You cannot get to the top building this business on your own. Does not work that way. You've got to help other people doing it. So when you join this business, you're going to be in business for yourself, but you would never, ever, ever, ever be by yourself. We have a system. Oh no, we have a situation where we can actually genuinely help people make physical money. Nothing to do with sampling products, doing party plan, doing nothing like that. We're talking about, there's only two things that 7.4 billion people have got in common in the world. Number one is sex, number two is money. We can't promote sex, although some try, but we can promote money. Money, 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 money. That's what makes the world go round. And we're involved with an opportunity in the product sector, $5.4 trillion a day. A day. Not a year, not a month, not every 6 months, a day. So when you think to yourself that you've got an opportunity that you can take to the world and share it with everybody. Now, we do get those alerts, and you can get set up on the Telegram trades where you've got experts that give you the signals of when to put the trade on, what price to put the trade on, and everything else. Now, am I going to say that you win every time? No, not every time. Do you win the majority of the times? Yes, you do. Now, does that mean that's extra income? Yes, it is. Is that on top of your network marketing business? Yes, it is. So don't panic, don't flap if you think to yourself, I'm never going to find three. I tell you now, with the results you get with this product, you will find your three in a heartbeat, an absolute heartbeat. Your key is to find your three. That's what the opportunity is all about. But don't flap, don't panic about it and everything else. We know that we have a movement that's growing massively. You can either be part of it or you don't need to be part of it. We'd rather you be in our business with us rather than without us. But we will be going this. But I know we've not done this, but Rog, can we just have Viraj to actually tell his testimonial?
I'm just going to do it.
If you can unmute Viraj, this is now, I've only known Viraj for a few months and I've become really, really good friends with Viraj. You need to listen to this guy. If it wasn't for this guy, India wouldn't be on the map. You listen to this guy and you will be hearing a lot from this guy called Viraj. He is amazing. Viraj, over to you, mate. Tell us what you've been doing.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Simon, for giving this opportunity for me to share my experience. Firstly, I would appreciate everyone on the call who are there this late in the night. Like it's been 2:15 a.m. in the morning. So still they are on the call, 5-6 of them. Thanks for that. I'll tell you my bit of story. My name is Viraj Patil. I'm an engineer by profession. I was working with one of the biggest corporates in India. I was a manager there. So talking about network marketing, I was involved for about 2 years and I was connected with Simon. I was looking at his lives and what this guy is doing. So like we connected, what different I saw in Kuvera, I will tell you about it. Normally in general network marketing companies, we spend money using the products and then we built a team to earn money. So here in Kuvera, the product itself makes you money and when you build a team, it makes you more money. So it's like a no-brainer. I mean, most of the people on the call, if you're new, you must have not understand what it is about. So you don't need to understand. It is actually an educational product, which will teach you how to save money and multiply your money. So if you're willing to save your money and multiply your money, it is for you. And yes, Simon told I have been involved with this for 23 days. To be frank, I think it was 17 or 15 days we started off. So he's a great mentor. And for people who are watching me from India, there is nobody from India who's in the top 100 earners all time in the world. So we are fortunate enough to work directly with him. And he's been a great mentor and the system here is great. I have not moved out of my house for a single day. And here I hit my premiere in 17 days. So for people in India, again, next month I'll be going platinum. So if you come with me, you'll go premier on an executive or else I'll do it without you. So it's with or without you, but I love to have you on the board. That's all about it. Thank you.
Great stuff.
Thank you, Viraj. Fantastic. Guys, if you're looking at this for the first time, you can see how excited people are. When you see people like Viraj working thousands of miles away from us, and everything is done by remote control. Today we've got the technology to reach you wherever you are. We don't just have people on from India today, we've got people from Denmark on. We did a call last night, we have people from South Africa on. Everyone is, this business is accessible to absolutely everyone. and we're here to support and help as many people as possible. Viraj is doing amazing things. Jonathan has been with us for just less than a week and has actually spent a few days setting things up and 2 days actually working the system. Jonathan made more money in his first 24 hours than it cost him to start the business. That's the opportunity that every single one of you has today. Now, if you're looking at this and thinking to yourself, I can't do that, just remember what Viraj just said. This is an education company. You don't have to know what it's about. The business is about teaching you. Get started, copy what these guys did, do exactly what they've done. We give you the Pinnacle manual, which is the same information that we gave these guys. Copy what they do and make some profit straight away. We're going to be here to do this call again next Wednesday, when I'll be hosting you. And next Thursday, hopefully, Simon Kenry's got a new screen, and he'll host it again. We do this twice a week. We do the explaining for you. If you're talking to someone about this in an hour's time and you say, I can't remember what it's all about, you don't have to. This is going to be recorded, so there'll be a video of this available. That can do the explaining. You can contact Simon Brooks. You can contact Simon Kendrick. You can contact myself. We'll all do the explaining for you. You don't have to know. We'll make it easy for you. All I would say to you right now is if you're looking at this for the first time, get back to the person who introduced you to this call and say, I want to get started. What do I do? We'll see you next Wednesday. My name's Roger Garth. Thank you for your time. See you soon, guys.
Take care. Cheers, guys.
Bye, everybody. The problem is that when it comes to actually making your money work for you, no one really knows how to do it. And this guy wrote a book about it. His name's Robert Kiyosaki. He's the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and you can see the book that he's holding right there. In his second book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad 2, he came up with this diagram that you can see. It's called the cash flow quadrant. And in it, it says that every one of us falls into one of those four categories there, ESBI. So what that stands for is, on the left-hand side, you are either an employee or you're self-employed. And over the years, I've been both. That's 95% of us, 95% in the world, either have a job or they're self-employed. The remaining 5% are the business owners and the investors. But that 5% hold 95% of all the money. So the big question is, how can you make that bridge from one side of that quadrant to the other? And that's what we really want to look at today. But just to go into it in a little bit more depth, just so you see the scale of the problem. If you're an employee, the biggest problem is, first and foremost, you only get paid what the job's worth. You don't get paid what you're worth. You don't really have any job security, because even if you work for a good companies go bust these days. So really, the idea of the old-fashioned idea of job for life doesn't happen anymore. You also have to work the hours you're told to work. You don't get to choose. So if the family has something that crops up, a holiday, an event or something else, and it clashes with work, tough work, you've got to work. And of course, your employer is only ever going to pay you just enough money just to keep you coming back. Now, if you're self-employed, yes, the situation is a little bit better because there is a chance you can earn more money as a self-employed individual. I've done that. I've been self-employed and I've made more for it. But you still only get paid for the time and effort you expend. So if you can't afford to be ill to start off with, there's no sick pay if you're self-employed. You don't get paid holidays. If you want to take time off, great, take as much time as you want, but you're not going to get paid for it. And of course, if you're self-employed, you're probably going to have to do 2, 3, maybe even 4 jobs, because if you're self-employed, whatever the business is that you're in, you're probably your own salesman. You're going to have to sell your services or your product to your customers. You're then going to have to do the job itself. You're then probably going to have to do your own accounts or your own bookkeeping, and you're doing tons and tons of different things. Life isn't as rosy as it sounds. As a business owner, however, life gets a lot more comfortable. First and foremost, you're not paid on your efforts, you're paid on the efforts of other people. You want a pay rise? Hire more people. take more people on, multiply your workforce, you multiply your income. You get real time freedom, because when you have employees that you can trust, you can walk away from your business for a month, knowing that that business is still going to run. They've got a vested interest in making sure that business still runs, because they want a paycheck themselves. So they're not going to fail you, and you have some time freedom. And as an investor, the situation is even better, because as an investor, you're free to make as much money as you want. All you need to do is reinvest your capital to make more money. So you leverage your capital, and that brings more in. You get to spend your time exactly how you want to spend it. You get to share your life with family, friends, loved ones, whatever you want to, all on your terms. So that's what we're going to look at right now. But I think a leading question here is, what is it that rich people do that the rest of us don't do that makes a difference? And I think it comes down to these three things. First and foremost, rich people tend to look for tried and tested methods when it comes to making money. They don't go out and reinvent the wheel. They see something that works. If they can adapt it to themselves, they'll go with that. They use their money to make more money for them, and they look for hands-free solutions. They don't want to get their hands dirty doing the work themselves. You don't see the rich guy working down the bar because he wants some extra money for his spends, for his holidays. They all do everything hands-free. So that brings me to the company we want to talk about right now. I want to introduce you to a company called Kuvera. Now, Kuvera is a US-based company. They were founded in 2012. They're floated on the stock market in the United States, and they are A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Now, even though we're not in the US, every one of those facts is important to you. Because if we're talking about making money work for you, then any company that you want to deal with, if they're a US-based company, they're regulated more than any other country in the world. They have to jump through more hoops than anyone else. They have to be completely and utterly transparent and prove that they are who they say they are, what they do, and that everything is legit. The fact that Kuvera was formed in 2012 means it has a track record. The majority of brand new startup companies go bust in their first 12 months. Something like 95% the statistics say. And in fact, in their second year, it doesn't get that much better. 95% of the companies that survive their first year fail in their second year because they're undercapitalized and they're working on their money. Kuvera has been around for nearly 7 years now. The fact that they're floated on the stock market, floated on the stock market in the US also makes a huge difference. Because before a company can be floated on the stock market, the stock market itself has to have their lawyers go through that company with a fine-tooth comb. They research the owners. They research what the company does. Does it do what it says it does? When the lawyers are happy that everything is legitimate from their point of view, then they send in the accountants. And the accountants go through absolutely every single penny. They make sure that everything is where it should be and everything is okay. And only when the lawyers are happy and the accountants are happy can the company then be floated on the stock market. Finally, the fact it's A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Again, it doesn't sound hugely relevant to us, but the Better Business Bureau has a reputation to keep worldwide. Their ratings go from F at the bottom of the scale through to A+. Kuvera has an A+ rating. It means that we are the creme de la creme of businesses in the USA. So what is it that Kuvera does? Well, first and foremost, they class themselves as a financial fitness company. What do we mean by that? Well, they teach people how to make their money work for them, and we provide them with technology that takes the guesswork out of investing. Now, usually, whenever you use the word investing, people's barriers go up and they go, oh, who's going to ask me for a load of money? This isn't about you investing a lot of money. We're not going to be asking you for money tonight. We're going to be talking about how you can make your money work for you, however. But the first product that we want to talk about is a product called Money Pro. Because if you want to create lasting wealth, you need to know how to be more in control of your day-to-day spending right now. Before you can make any more, you need to know that you've plugged all the leaks. And that's what this product is all about. Money Pro helps people to eliminate debt and manage their money. And the first program that you come across in Money Pro when you log into it is called the 60-day Money Miracle, and it's a series of videos, and you can see a little clip there of those videos there. They're a series of 3 to 5 minute videos that will help you to create an effective action plan to manage your money efficiently, to make immediate changes to your spending. You get to go completely at your own pace. Like I said, these are 3 to 5 minute videos. None of this is onerous, but you find the savings that you can make in your own life. I had a lady on this call probably about 5-6 weeks ago now, and she was introduced to this business, and this was the product that she joined because of. When she went through this 60-day Money Miracle, she found herself saving £700 a month, and a saving of £700 a month. What on earth she was doing to be sort of leaking money at that rate, I don't know. And I can't promise that you're going to find a saving of £700 a month. But if you can find a saving of £50 to £100 a week, wouldn't that be good news? I think for most of us, it would be absolutely fantastic news. We show you how to take all of these savings and then put that money to work for you. So when it comes to putting money to work for you, the first product I want to talk about when it comes to that is involved in the biggest single market in the world. It's the Forex market. The Forex market is worth more than $5.4 trillion every single day. It's not every week, not every month, not every year. $5.4 trillion a day. That's more than the motor trade. That's more than oil, movies, records, all put together. There are billions of dollars that are made and lost in profits every single day. Now, what if there was a way for you to profit from that without having any previous experience of it? That's what this next product's all about. The product is called FX1. And effectively, before we go into it, really we should say is that if you want to work on the Forex market or anything like that, they reckon that it would take 10,000 hours to master any subjects, about 5 years of normal work. And that's borne out when you think about it. If you want to become a doctor, you're probably going to study between 5 and 7 years, a lawyer, 5 years. If you want to become an electrician or a mechanic, it's still 3-4 years. It's a long time. FX1 uses real life experts so that you can profit from decades of their experience immediately with no experience yourself. So the way it works is this. With FX1, we send you live Forex education and training sessions by the real experts, the people who do this for a living every single day, people who work on the stock market and the Forex market. And they do a series of videos every single week. I think the last count it was 17 or 18 live and recorded sessions. So you can drop on a session at the time that suits you to fit in with wherever you are at work, whatever time scale you're in the world, and whatever hours you work, there is something that you can listen to. We send out Forex alerts. The Forex alerts are available for you to simply just cut and copy the information that's in these alerts, paste them into another website, and make profit from it. And we also have our own technology product, because if you don't want to wait for alerts, if you don't want to cut and copy and leave yourself glued to a website, to a computer, then with our Forex technology, with our product called the Convenience Tool, you can quite literally set things up so they'll get done for you hands-free. Now, I have to say, as far as that's concerned, as much as all these alerts are coming through, the profit that they make from it can't be guaranteed. Some trades win, some trades lose. But the majority of the trades that we've sent through, something to the order of 70% of the trades that we send through actually come out as profitable. The next product I want to touch on does the same thing as the Forex market, but it does it in the cryptocurrency market. Now, if you've never heard of cryptocurrency, the chances are good that even if you haven't heard of that, you've heard of the biggest cryptocurrency in the world, and that's Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin had a shocking year last year. The prices plummeted, and a lot of people said that was bad news. Trust me, for us, it was far from bad news, because I'm going to show you in a moment how we made phenomenal profits in a terrible year for cryptocurrency. But this product explains how and why. First and foremost, we give you education on what cryptocurrency is, what the coins are, and how they work. The company will send you analysis and research of individual coins that we're going to recommend. And we also send you, again, crypto alerts, much like the Forex alerts, that tell you how to place trades and how to profit from them. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of them here. This is one that came out just a couple of weeks ago. And it was a trade that suggested that you could buy Litecoin with Bitcoin and make profit from it. In fact, if you'd taken this trade when it came out on the 31st of January, within 7 days, you would have made 22% profit in just 7 days. And in fact, if you hold on that right through until it reaches its final profit, the profit on that one particular trade alone is more than 260%. On the same day, we sent another alert out for this particular trade. This one was buying BitShares, but using Bitcoin. And we explain how you do this. We have videos and training courses that teach you how to do all of these different things. But these alerts, when these come out, tell you everything that you need to know. They tell you what to buy and where to buy it. They tell you how much you should pay for it. They tell you when to sell it in individual alerts that come through after us, and where you sell it, how much you sell it for, and crucially, what kind of a return you can expect to receive on your profit. On this particular trade, with the BitShare trade, profit will range, depending on when you sell out of it, anywhere between 197% up to 615%. Now, how do we know about all these? Well, most of our trades are sent out by this guy you can see on your screen here. His name's Corey Chadwick, and we all know him as Crypto Corey. Corey Chadwick is 28 years old, and he's been trading for Kuvera for the last 9 months. He's actually been working in the crypto space for about 4 years. And in the last 4 years, he's made himself in excess of $18 million in the crypto field. But in the last 9 months that he's been trading for us, he sent us just 26 audited trades, 2 to 3 trades a month. This isn't heavy stuff that you have to do. But if you put your money on each and every one of those trades, you would have made more than 1,800% profit. Let's put that into plain English for you. If you put £1,000 into this business this time last year, you would have £18,000 in profit. I was talking to a gentleman this afternoon, and he's, for the last 12 months, has been sitting on 0.75 of Bitcoin, and he's just been watching the price drop. And when he bought it, he paid quite a chunk for his Bitcoin. But because Bitcoin has come down in price today, and he's just sat there and left it to wait for the price to change, his Bitcoin is now worth about £3,900 today. If, however, he'd used this system and had this system working for him, his 3/4 of a Bitcoin at 1,800% growth would now translate into he'd have 13.5 Bitcoins, and he would have made £53,000 in the same space in time. The important thing as far as we're concerned is that the time that Crypto Corey has been working with us, he has been 100% accurate with no losing trades. And I always used to say to people when we got to this stage, I would say, can we guarantee he's always going to be like that? No, we can't. Chances are good at some point in time he's going to lose. However, I met this man personally a couple of weeks ago, and having spent a good deal of time with him over a couple of days, my strength and commitment in this, belief in this guy has just gone through the roof. But still, we do have to say, past performance does not guarantee future success. Some trades may win, some trades may lose. But the reality of it is 9 months, 26 trades, 1,800% profit, and 100% accurate. Make your own choice. The last product I want to touch on is a brand new product that we introduced a couple of weeks ago. And this is for people who are interested in stocks and shares. It's called Equity Pro. Equity Pros is the US terminology for stocks and shares. And much like Forex and cryptocurrency, Equity Pro also sends you alerts with shares that you can buy. All the shares that they will suggest will be US-based companies, but the company will do education on trading stocks and shares through live and recorded webinars, and research in US shares only. but there's nothing to stop you from investing in US shares anywhere in the world. But with this one, we have something special because we have fully automated alerts that go through a registered investment advisor called Safe Management. Now, Safe Management is a relatively new company that was started by the owners of Kuvera. And they started it purely for the sake of being in control of what they do and making sure that what we're giving you is top notch. The company spent 12 months setting this company up and making sure that it adhered to the highest standards for all the regulators in the USA. The performance that we've had, we've been sending alerts out on equities since we first started back in 2012. And if you look at the results, by 2013, we'd actually made 37% profit. In 2014, that went up to 82%. Dropped a little bit in 2015 and again in 2016. That's reflected in the markets and the world economy at the time. In fact, in 2017, the company decided that's when we're going to restructure and we're going to start to look at this. So they took a whole year out putting things together to make this product work. And we spent last year checking everything and running tests that they could measure. In those measured tests, they came out with 102% profit. That's more than in the 2 years, the 3 years prior to that. So that product is something that really is quite special. Cost £3,500, $5,000 or £3,500 a minimum investment to get into that product, but the rewards are phenomenal for you. Now, I said to you at the beginning of the call that we were also going to talk about a way for you to work on your full-time job and take care of your bills with that, and that's really what this is all about, but to create a future for yourself, a financial fortune for yourself in your spare time. So we're going to show you now how you can create a business for yourself by sharing this information with other people. So let's just imagine this is Mary. And Mary's watched a presentation like this and she likes what she sees. She thinks that she can do maybe some of the automated trading, maybe some of the manual trading for herself, and she can make some money. She talks to her friend Tom, and Tom likes the idea and he says he'd like to do it too. So does Jane, and so does Bob. Because Mary has 3 friends that all chose to join the company, Mary gets access to all of these products free of charge. So her monthly subscription is paid for her. But it gets a little bit better than that, because if Mary's getting her product for free of charge, well, chances are good the other guys are going to want to as well. So Tom goes out and he finds 3 friends, so does Jane, and so does Bob. Now, Tom, Jane, and Bob are all getting their product free of charge. But because they're getting their product free of charge, the company has a bunch of people out here who are all paying for access to a product. And the company would never have known about any of these people if it hadn't been for Mary. So the company says they're going to pay Mary $500 every month as long as these people stay in. That means that $500 means that Mary has spare money to invest in any of the products that we've already got, completely at her own time, leisure, whatever, and make that money grow for her. If you happen to do that in your first 30 days, you also get an additional $250 bonus. And in fact, when I first got started with this business, I got started back on New Year's Day in 2018. And I'd seen a presentation, something like this, and I decided I was going to get started. My original plan was to get started on the 2nd of January, because obviously New Year's Day is quiet, but on New Year's Day, I was bored. So I sat down with my laptop and I decided I'd log onto the computer and see if I can register. Computers don't sleep, so I could register on New Year's Day. And then I sent a bunch of messages out to a number of people that I'd worked with in the past, probably 20 or 30 people. The net result of it was, it took me just 3 hours to find my first 3 people, which meant I didn't have to pay for any of the products. And it took me just 11 hours to find the rest of that and earn that $250 bonus and earn the $500 a month for having that team of people there. I wanted to show you this because this is something that I saw a long time ago, and it's just talking about the power of duplication. Because when I just showed you a few people that are talking to a few people, I want to show you how big this can get for you. So imagine you go out and you just talk to 2 people, and they go out and they talk to another 2 people, and everyone goes out and talks to 2 people each. By the time it's got through to the level of just no more than 10 people all going out talking to 2, you've actually introduced more than 1,024 people all into a team of people just by everyone introducing just 2. But look what happens when you use multiplication, because if instead of talking to 2 people, you talk to 3 people, well, by the time they find someone, that's 3, and then they've got 9, they've got 27. And by the time you get through the same level of people, you've actually got, by going through just 10 generations of people, you've actually got 59,000 people all sharing the product. That's why this works for the company, and that's why it can work for you. So, looking at the size that you can have in terms of a team there, let's show you how the company will reward you for it, because it doesn't stop at giving you $500. By the time if you start off with find 3 people, you get your product paid for. By the time they find 3 people each, you've got 1,000. By the time they find 3 people each, you get 500. By the time they find 3 each, you've got 1,000. And it goes on and on and on. In fact, we have a young guy who works with us called Herman. Herman's in Mexico. He's been with the company for a little over 2 years now. He's just 22 years old. And last month alone, Herman earned more than $160,000 just from sharing the product with other people. That's not counting any of the money that he made from reinvesting any of that product. Now, if you had an income like that, and you were sharing that and reinvesting parts of that, could that make a secure financial future for you? I think the chances are good that it probably could. So, what's it going to cost you to get started with this? Well, we have a few different packages. The first one we talked about originally was the Forex package. If you want to get started with the Forex package, it's going to cost you $230 to get started, and you get all the information you need to get started. Same thing applies if you want to go with the Forex package and most of the other products that we have. But we have something that we call the all-in package, and this is what most people tend to go with, because for just $50 more, if you go for the all-in package, you're going to get access to FX1, you get access to Crypto One, equities, which is the shares product, startups, which I didn't touch on, but shows you how you can invest in brand new startup companies with companies the likes of Uber and Airbnb when they were first getting started. They're not new now, but you can get involved with companies like that, but today's companies. It also gives you access to the financial fitness tools that shows you how you can save money, and there are more that I didn't touch on involved in that as well. It also gives you your own personalized website to help you to explain this to other people, and an integrated back office and marketing suite. So there's a huge amount that you're going to get there, first of all, but you also don't just get stranded and left on your own. So as soon as you get started, we'll also send you out our Pinnacle Training Manual. The Pinnacle Training Manual will teach you how to get started. It gives you a proven system, but as much as you're getting it in writing, you get a lot more, because you also get complete coaching and support from the person who introduced you and the person who introduced them. And there is live hands-on training on a regular basis. This business works for everyone who works it, from absolute beginners with no experience whatsoever to people who maybe tried before another business but not succeeded, right through to people who've got the most limited of computer or marketing skills. You do not have to be a computer genius to make any of this stuff happen. What we're really saying to you is that for the first time ever, you now have access to the same education, the same coaching, and the same mentorship that's creating 6- and 7-figure earners around the world.